People admire knowledge, but they don't understand how easily the mind gets trapped by the person who delivers it. When someone with fame, power, wealth, or influence speaks, people don't just take the idea, they take the person with the idea. And that is the exact moment when clarity dies. People stop examining the truth and start worshipping the source. They confuse a loud voice with a wise voice, a big name with a big mind. And this is how people get fooled, even without realizing it. Not because the world is full of liars, but because the mind is eager to follow the one who shines the brightest. The real problem starts when someone with a messy past, a weak character, or a bad reputation speaks something that is actually true. The mind freezes. You hear the truth, but you don't want to accept it because you don't like the vessel it came from. You get stuck between your emotional bias and the clarity that knows that it is correct. And this confusion is not wisdom, it is lack of inner stability. The truth doesn't change because the person delivering it is flawed. The truth doesn't become false because a broken human said it. And the truth doesn't gain any extra power because a famous person said it. Truth is truth. Truth is neutral. Truth is independent. Truth has no owner. The moment you learn to separate truth from the mouth that delivered it, your mind stops bending for people and start bending only for reality. Most people don't reach this stage. They chase personalities instead of principles. They treat influencers like prophets and treat their own reasoning like an inconvenience. They nod without even thinking, agree without analyzing, accept without questioning. They forget that even the worst person can say something correct, and even the most inspiring person can say something absolutely wrong. This is why the world stays confused. People don't examine ideas, they examine faces. You should take the knowledge from anywhere, but you must develop the strength to detach it from the person. If a thief tells you not to leave your door open at night, is he wrong? If a corrupt man tells you to leave without discipline, is this message useless? You don't reject medicine just because the bottle looks bad, and you don't drink poison just because the bottle looks good or luxurious. The world collapses when people fail to see this difference. When you step away from the noise of personality, your mind becomes sharper. You stop judging information by the status of the speaker. You start judging it by the weight it holds. This is maturity. This is clarity. This is when your growth becomes real. People are trapped in admiration. They love attaching feelings to someone who teaches them something. They think respect for knowledge must automatically turn into respect for the person who spoke it. But that isn't respect, that's emotional laziness. You can appreciate a point without elevating the person who made it. You can learn from someone without liking them. You can accept a truth without accepting the character of the one who said it. When you detach knowledge from the person, your mind becomes free from bias. You stop overvaluing the powerful and undervaluing the ordinary. Many great truths are spoken by people who have no spotlights, no fame, no stage. But their words go unheard because the people are busy worshipping the loud mouths. Meanwhile, the quiet, sensible voices pass unnoticed. This is why people stay misled. The world has made knowledge a popularity contest. But wisdom doesn't care about applause. It doesn't need validation. It doesn't need a famous face behind it. It lives outside of ego. And you will notice that the moment you start taking knowledge only for what it is, not for who said it, your inner world stops shaking. You stop jumping from one idol to another. You stop consuming endless content searching for a savior. And you stop giving your mind away to people who haven't earned it. Truth demands analysis, not admiration. Truth demands attention, not worship. Truth demands a calm mind, not a biased mind. When you analyze an idea, ask one thing: does this align with universal principle? If yes, then keep it. If no, then drop it. The person behind it is irrelevant. Detachment from personalities gives you mental independence. You don't become a follower, you become your own filter. You learn from good people, bad people, young people, old people, rich people, poor people, without getting attached to any of them. This is the purest form of learning. This is how wisdom grows without corruption. People get confused because they accept truth to come from saints. They forget that humans are complicated. A person can be wrong in 10 ways and right in one. A person can fail in life and still teach you something valuable. A person can have a dark past and still speaks a line that can save your future. Do not reject truth because you dislike the person, and do not accept nonsense because you admire the person. Both are traps. Your job is simple: take what is true, leave what is false, and walk forward without emotional dependency. Knowledge is not friendship. Knowledge is not loyalty. Knowledge is not admiration. Knowledge is a tool, and tool does not care about the hands that made them. If you ever want to grow beyond the crowd, you must learn to break this emotional link between wisdom and the one who speaks it. This detachment will protect you from manipulation, from idol worship, from blind trust, and from disappointment. If you take the truth from a flawed person without guilt, you become mentally stable. If you can reject falsehood from a respected person without fear, you become mentally strong. And when your mind reaches this stage, you stop seeking approval. You stop seeking a role model. You stop seeking someone to guide every step. You start trusting your reasoning. You grow from the inside. You evolve without shouting. You rise without making noise. Conclusion of the video. In the end, the idea is simple. Knowledge has no face. Truth has no owner. You don't need to admire anyone to learn from them. And you do not need to reject the fact because you dislike the person who spoke it. Your mind becomes clear the moment you stop mixing the message with person. Take what is real, drop what is weak, and keep moving with a calm mind. That is how a person grows, not by collecting gurus, but by building inner clarity. Truth is pure. Humans are not. Take the truth, leave the person. This is Timeless Perspective, where I talk about the wisdom that has stood the test of time.